Guten Tag!
See, we're gonna be checking out why German sounds so aggressive. Before we get started, let me tell y'all something. I've been doing this for a little bit, all right? I've been very heavily involved in the German antics for probably 4 or 5 years. I can tell you off rip, it's not aggressive. Maybe in comparison to some languages, but every language is aggressive if you make it aggressive. Case in point, if you're talking to someone and you are excited or angry and whatnot, you're gonna sound pretty animated. Hence, you'll come off as being a little aggressive. So with Germany, a lot of its pronunciations has a lot of hacking and slashing noises. So of course, if you get a little bit excited and or upset, whatever that case may be, you will come off a little aggressive to people, and then people are like, oh my god, you're crazy. But lo and behold, if you talk like a normal, regular, sane human being, it sounds like any other language. Again, the biggest thing with German though, and I think that's why people are really emphasizing the aggressiveness, and this is where the misconstruedness gets like kind of put into place, is the hacking and slashing of the words. That I think is what people are referring to, and not so much the overly like the crazy, you know what I'm saying, like noises. The noises that we're really focused on is the hacking and slashing from the back of the throat. But still, if you talk like a normal person, you don't have to worry about that. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe. We're gonna go ahead and dive nose deep in this thing and see exactly what this video says.
We are German, and as such, we are always self-conscious about getting angry in public.
Oh Lord, not the animated Littler. Oh my god.
Our language is quite the troll.
I can do an evil old Hausfrau. Ess dein Schnitzel, sonst kriegst du keinen Nachtisch.
Deutschland ist ein Land ut Stodluten.
Na ja, lass die Hände hoch. Nimm an wegen Schritt. Glaubst du, dass die Deutsche keinen Humor hat, ha?
German sounds harsh and aggressive.
It sounds harsh again based on how you pronounce the words, man. Now, again, I will also play devil's advocate and say what I said before. The hacking and slashing of words, the and yeah, that does sound a little crazy. But aggressive? Nah. If you just speak normally, then no, not really.
Guten Tag!
See? You can do shit like that, then obviously it does sound aggressive.
Ich will ein klein Brotchen haben, bitte schön! Das schwarze Brotchen mit dem Käse und das Schinken, bitte schön!
It's a disgusting language. Nobody should ever speak it. It sounds like...
Bro, it is funny though. I will say that if you even attempt to learn German, like people in Germany definitely give you pretty big props, because it is a difficult language to learn. And I do appreciate the fact that people in Germany realize that it's a difficult language to learn. I mean, the world understands it's very difficult as well. But specifically, they acknowledge that. And they're like, dude, the fact that you're even trying is insane. I appreciate that. Because if you try that shit in France and you try to speak French, bro, they will shit all over your attempt. Okay, they won't even correct you. They'll look at you like you're, you know what I'm saying? Like the French people got to get it together, man. Because I don't know what happened in their little history where a lot of them are just have not heard good things from friends, from y'all, from a lot of people, bro. Like if you go to France, it's a whole different world. You try to speak French and they're like, well, looks like he'll starve.
Like typewriters eating tinfoil being kicked down the stairs. And somebody is talking to you in German, they're saying, and you think, what is happening to you from behind? How can we make it stop?
Someone, somewhere, is always making fun of our language. But why does German sound so aggressive to the rest of the world?
Because it has hacking and slashing in the pronunciation. Now, again, any language, it'll sound aggressive if you make it aggressive. But I think fundamentally speaking, when it comes to the structure and how you pronounce the words, the Aussprache, like the sh, that's something that's not common in a lot of other languages. I mean, everybody has their different qualms and whatever, but I mean, you could look at Spanish, for instance, and it doesn't sound aggressive. It just sounds rapid.
The German language is part of the Germanic branch of the Indo-Germanic language family. Besides German, Dutch and English are also Germanic languages. But while English sounds gentle to many people, German is often described as spat, barked, ugly, dry, cold, harsh, yapping, and military. German is rarely perceived as beautiful.
I wouldn't classify German as a beautiful language, though. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna say it's a beautiful language. It's a language. It's a language. It's an interesting language for sure. It's a fun language to learn. I will say that. It is very fun to learn because there's a lot of words that are similar to English, and there's words that don't have an English translation at all. They're just only words that you can say in German, which I think is super cool. German words are like Lego blocks. You can stack them, you know what I'm saying, and create your own, which is pretty cool as well. But then the grammatic system is diabolical, you know? It's so complicated, the locals don't even know what the hell going on. Yeah, it's an interesting language for sure. Beautiful? Questionable.
There are several reasons for this.
1. Linguistic characteristics.
German has a lot of gutturals and glottal stops. They can make the language sound harsh.
That's what I'm saying. It comes from the gut.
Let's start with guttural sounds. German has the special ach sound, which sounds very throaty. It can be heard in the German words.
I'm saying, bro, it sounds like, you know, it's a throaty ass language. So of course it's going to sound a little aggressive if you're hacking from the back of your throat.
Fauchen, which means to hiss, or krach, which means noise.
Krach.
These words.
Another thing too is the way you guys pronounce your R's. It's so funny because every time I explain how to pronounce a German R, people don't get what I'm saying. To pronounce a proper German R in the front, like the way he pronounced krach, you have to throw an H in the front of the R. It's like you're hacking the fucking R, bro. You're like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're rolling it and hacking it and throwing it out of your mouth from the back of your throat. So it's an HR, like try to pronounce an HR together, like, you know what I'm saying? And it sounds like you're hacking. But people are like, HR, ew, no. And I'm like, bro, just hear me out. The H is silent, but it's like a lowercase H. You're hacking it. You're not saying HR. You're saying you know what I'm saying? You're hacking it. So you pronounce that with like whatever you got going on and boom.
Words are often difficult for non-German speakers to pronounce because these sounds don't exist in widespread languages like
the R, bro. I'm telling you, the ach and stuff like that. Yeah, that's not a common sound too for people. But bro, the German R is diabolical, bro. Oh my God. That's one of the hardest letters to pronounce. Arguably, I think it's one of the hardest letters to pronounce in the German language. I still can't pronounce it right.
like English. Next, glottal stops. Germans pronounce vowels very strongly, especially when they appear at the beginning of a word. This causes the vocal cords to open suddenly and all the air that has built up to escape at once. Take the word apple. The German word is Apfel. You can hear it quite well throughout this example. Ich esse oft Äpfel und anderes Obst. In many other languages, the words of a sentence are spoken in a flow.
This was spoken in a flow though. Ich esse oft Apfel und anderes Obst, like that, and anderes Obst. But yeah, it's literally like it sounds smooth. It doesn't sound bad. Like there's some other sentences you could say though that would back your point up, but this sounds smooth, bro. Ich esse oft Apfel und anderes Obst. And then I often eat apples and other fruit. They sound, if anything, I often eat apples and other fruit sounds blockier, you know?
In German, sometimes there's a mini pause before each individual word.
Ich esse oft
Here you
Apfel
can hear
und
the
anderes
difference.
Obst.
Everything is alright. Alles ist in Ordnung.
Alles ist in Ordnung. Yeah, there's like spaces and stuff, but still, the way he said it, the way he's speaking German right now is what I'm talking about. It's fire. It's smooth. It's calm. It's nice. It's easily digestible.
Of course, I'm overdoing it a bit here, but you get the idea. These breaks can make German sound a bit barked. Some sounds exist in almost all languages, such as M and B. Others are quite unique and only appear in a few languages. In English, there's the digraph th, for example in thanks. Germans, including me, often struggle to pronounce that. Italian, which is often considered to be a beautiful, melodious language, uses mainly vowels and only a few exotic sounds. German, on the other hand, has many rare, complex sounds, which might come off as strange. We use so-called Umlaute, such as Ö, and Ü. Again, often hard to pronounce for...
That shit was diabolical, bro. I still have a hard time with that from time to time. Ö, and Ü. Like, I think I can pronounce them far better now than I could have ever pronounced them back in the day. But it took a long time. Somebody actually just asked me in the comment section what it took for me to get a lot better at pronouncing those vowels, right? The Umlaute. And I would say bullying. Copious amounts of bullying did the trick. My German peers made sure every crack and turn, they were dunking on my Deutsch. And they're like, hey, bro, I don't know what to tell you, but you're cooked. So it helped. And there was constructive criticism too. But on top of that, I was getting slam dunked on quite a bit. So encourage myself to learn more. And now I can get by. I can't say it's perfect, but I can get by.
Non-German speakers. And there's the SZ. It looks like this and is essential for our all-time favorite word.
It looks like either like a pair of butt cheeks or some titties. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Scheiße. The SZ is used to indicate the hard S sound. Plus, many German words just have a lot of consonants. For example, Strumpf, or a classic,
Strumpf.
Selbstverständlich.
Selbstverständlich.
Which means of course. German is complicated. And as
is.
humans, we often shy away from...
God damn! Why do you have to have a word this damn long, bro? I know I was just saying what I was saying before, but what the hell? How do I even... Unabhängigkeitserklärungen? Unabhängigkeitserklärungen. Okay, I can break this down. Okay. Unabhängigkeitserklärungen. Okay. Rate my Deutsch, bruh. Unabhängig. Is it hängisch or hängig? Unabhängigkeitserklärungen. And then Nahrungsmittelunverträglichkeit. Oh, Nahrungsmittelunverträglichkeit? Träglichkeit? I think it's Träglichkeit. So Nahrungsmittelunverträglichkeit. So I'm going to say it twice. Nahrungsmittelunverträglichkeit und Nahrungsmittelunverträglichkeit. So I'm not really sure which one it is, but let me know if I got a little bit better with my Aussprache. Okay, it could be garbage, and I understand, but
complexity. But isn't the real challenge to transform complexity into something enjoyable and intriguing? That's kind of the ethos of this channel.
Infinite
2.
words.
Infinite words.
This is a not made up.
Rindererkennzeichnungs, Fleischetikettierungs, Überwachungsaufgaben und Übertragungsgesetz. So I thought it was Rindfleischetikettierungs, Überwachungsgesetz. So it's Kennzeichnungs, Fleischetikettierungs, Überwachung, Aufgaben, Übertragungsgesetz. So let me say it one more time. Rinderkennzeichnungs, Fleischetikettierungs, Überwachungsaufgaben, Übertragungsgesetz. So I'm not sure if I said that one right, but rate it in the comments down below.
Up. Absolutely real German word with 79 letters.
79.
Rinderkennzeichnungs-, Fleischetikettierungs-, Überwachungsaufgaben-Übertragungsgesetz.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bruh. I think I did decent. What do you think, bruh?
We will not bother you with what it means here. What we're trying to tell you.
Former German law dealing with supervision of labeling of beef. I don't know. No, I don't even think Germans would bother reading that. They call it Erzet. Did you read the Erzet? Yeah, I read the Erzet.
Is this? German has a high number of compound words.
Hell yeah, y'all do. You guys build words like you're professional Scrabblers, bruh.
These can be really cool because the word often literally describes what it means.
Exactly. Like if you were to describe a door, right? I'm just joking, by the way. But like, let's say you were to describe a door. It would like the direct translation would be like square opening device. I'm like, oh, okay. Or if you were to describe like if there was a German word for a monitor for a computer, right? And I'm just joking, but you get my point. It'd be light box, like entertainment light box. Computer entertainment light box would be like the translation, I guess, direct translation to English, which would be funny as hell.
For example, you have a house and a tier, an animal, and together it is a house tier, a pet. Though as a people, we seem to have made it our goal to put together as many words as possible. This has led to many long and insanely complex creations.
For no goddamn reason, bro. You guys' court cases must be absolutely diabolical. Even signing contracts. Y'all got these crazy long ass words and shit. I'm thinking that, man, all these paragraphs like are paragraphing. But when you look at the paragraphs, it's not a damn paragraph. It's a long ass word. It's actually 2 sentences if you really look at it.
Mark Twain already made fun of this word and many others in 1880 in his famous essay, The Awful German Language. He writes, "These things are not words, they are alphabetical processions."
Oh my God, not Mark Twain roasting Germany, bruh.
And the inventor of them ought to have been killed.
Hey, look, that's insane. That's insane.
And because the words are weird, a lot of non-German speakers find them very entertaining. They have something weirdly over-precise and orderly about them. Combined with their guttural and glottal stop consonant-loaded delivery, it can give them a military touch.
Okay.
Ironically, we have a word for this. Konsonantenschlacht.
Konsonantenschlacht.
Every German-speaking actor or model has to do the German word quiz on an American talk show at least once.
Of course. They had me go through the same thing when I was in Germany, bruh. And I was like, oh, I did okay. Like, I'd say I got like maybe a 4 out of 10.
Bezirksschornsteinfegermeister. Schmetterlingsbeinschlag.
Backpfeifengesicht.
Backpfeifengesicht.
Albeit
So that's like a punchable face. Backpfeifengesicht, right? It's like a punchable face.
this last one being an absolute banger of a word,
A punchable face. And isn't this Heidi Klum? Is that Heidi Klum right there, bruh?
meaning a face that's just inviting a good slap like Jimmy Fallon's. These shows only strengthen the image of the difficult and weird German language.
He's a really good actor, by the way. Very good actor. He was in Den of Thieves and Army of the Dead, which are directly related to each other. And he was in a lot of other projects and stuff as well. A lot of pretty decent German movies. He's a really good actor.
And this leads us to
Prejudices. Oh.
3. Prejudices.
What do people think of when they think of Germany?
Beer, bratwurst, and boobs, probably. Oh, yeah. Damn. I listen, what the hell? I guess people still think of that from time to time. I think it's less so now than ever. If anything, it's memeable. People just meme on the World War II stuff, but I don't think people really think that Germany's really like that. I don't think. Okay, in the comments right now, let me know what people have told you they thought Germany was in the comments down below. Recently, like within the last 5-10 years, when you guys asked somebody what their first impression of Germany was, let me know in the comments down below what they told you. Because maybe they still think of Germany that way, and I'm just different, I guess, but damn.
And they're saying to you something like, we have been better, but we're very vibrant in the theater and arts and so on. All the time you listen to this, you're thinking, Hitler.
During the 2 world wars, the German naturally became the enemy in many countries. German-American relations changed drastically. In the US, the teaching of German was banned.
Oh, God, yes, dude. Oh, my God. Maybe, okay, I guess I already know what a lot of these answers finna be then, because good googly moogly, we were going crazy in the paint. To this day, bro, our education system is being reformed in a really horrible way right now. I think Trump said that he was planning on doing something with the education system in regards to defunding the education department in the U.S. and allowing the states to run their own education systems. That's what I interpreted from what he was saying. You guys can do your research on that. And our education system has never been that great. Okay, maybe when it comes to military related stuff, but outside of that, we're cooked. And so when it comes to Germany, what we were taught is Germany bad. You know what I'm saying? World War II bad. They messed up big time. Obviously, they're not like that now, but good God. And so I think they stamped that in our history classes so hard and so harshly. That is probably the number one standout history lesson you get, and that you can ask anybody from any part of America, right? Like, oh, what was the most intense part of your history class growing up? And it'll be like, oh, covering World War II, specifically the German portion, because, they beat that into our skulls, man. And they don't do it in a way that's like, bruh, they redeemed themselves. It's like, bruh, they fucked up. Unforgivable.
German programs were no longer allowed to be played on the radio. Authorities called for a boycott of German goods. Streets and even sauerkraut were renamed. Hitler is possibly history's most terrifying figure. Germany's history.
Are we going to just ignore Joseph Stalin then? I mean, Joseph Stalin, I think, killed more people than Hitler did. Hitler was a piece of shit for show. But Joseph Stalin, bruh, I didn't even realize he had that many bodies until I looked at the stats and I was like, oh, Lord. But I think Hitler was so diabolical, dude. You didn't know what direction this man was swinging his dick in, bruh. It was crazy.
History, once so gruesome, it is rightly so echoed, processed, and analyzed countless times in all forms of media, so it may never be forgotten. According to many linguists, the perception of the German language is in part the result of these historical and socio-cultural contexts. German might have an image problem. Linguists would point out that you shouldn't judge a language based on its sound. What sounds strange to one person is beautiful to another. And if you label a language as ugly, you might miss out on fascinating insights into other worlds of thought and sound.
I'm telling you, once you get to a point where you're able to understand any part of German, like, you know, I guess like a little bit more than conversational German, then the way that you perceive humor, the way that you think, the way that you perceive the world will completely change, because you can think in two different settings now. And that's kind of how I feel a little bit now. Like when I watch and I consume a bunch of content in German, and I'm like, wow, this is insane. Like this shit would not hit the same in English. Like the humor would not hit the same in English. Some of the pop culture references would not hit the same in English, and then vice versa. You know what I mean? So like, it's very cool to absorb and learn a new language, no matter how harsh it is, or no matter what the perception of that language is. It's another tool in your tool belt. And the biggest flex is you get to make friends from all over the world. And I think that's impressive.
So lastly, let us introduce you to some beautiful German words you can
Fernweh, Weltschmerz, Treppenwitz
pretentiously incorporate into your Sprachgebrauch.
Sprachgebrauch.
Fernweh describes the opposite of homesickness.
Yeah, I made a whole video on this.
The longing for distant places. Weltschmerz is a feeling of knowing that the world will always fail to meet your expectations because of the prevalence of pain.
World pain, dude. Literally, direct translation, world pain.
Existing throughout it. And lastly, Treppenwitz. A joke or thought that you think of too late. Just as
yeah, bro, that's like Treppenwitz is a good example. Is if your friends are talking shit to you and stuff like that, and you don't have a comeback, but the comeback hits you later, like 3 days later, it's too goddamn late, bro. Treppenwitz.
You walked out the door, already on the stairs. Like, I'm sure there's a nice way to finish the video here, but I guess it just won't come to me.
Well, that was a phenomenal video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Very good points, and all things I would have said myself in regards to what that language is, what German is as a language, and even my journey. I mean, I'm fucking cooked still for my pronunciation, you know, a bunch of different things when it comes to learning German, but I'm going to continue learning at my own pace. That's the most, I think, crucial piece of information I have to give you guys. There is no rush to learn a shit ton of languages. Learn at your own pace, and learn because you want to and not because you have to, and you will become very good at what you do. If you're passionate about learning a language, then you will get great at learning a language. But if you're not passionate about it, it'll show and you won't be good. You'll probably just forget it. It'll be like everybody else, like goes to school, takes a language class, and then that's that. Well, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys subscribed, and I'll see you soon. Peace.